Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Nigel Farage revealed that pulling Britain out of a European human rights treaty would be one of the first things he would do if he becomes Prime Minister. The Reform UK leader was asked during an LBC phone in what his first act would be if he entered Downing Street. Mr. Farage, whose party is leading most national opinion polls, said that quitting the European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR, would not be very far from the top of the list. He said, "I tell you what we're going to do when we win the next election, which I believe we can. I genuinely now do believe we can. I think the appetite for change is out there. Those that don't like us, that's fine, but those that do like us, they've got an energy, enthusiasm. We're going to come in with a whole dossier full of legislation ready to go, and I don't think that the ECHR withdrawal can be very far from the top of the list." The ECHR has been widely blamed for the UK being unable to get a grip on the small boats crisis. A judge from the European Court of Human Rights, which interprets the convention, stopped the first Rwanda flight when the Tories were in power. It comes as the Labour government is seeking to tighten the interpretation of the human rights laws in the UK. In a speech last month, the Justice Secretary said the ECHR must be reformed as public confidence in the rule of law across the continent is fraying. Shabana Mahmood told the Council of Europe in a speech in Strasbourg the ECHR must evolve to respond to new realities. The airwaves of British talk radio were electrified when Nigel Farage, leader of Reform UK, and the political maverick who once championed Brexit into being, took to LBC for a live phone-in session. As a man who has reshaped modern British politics more than once, his presence behind the microphone was both familiar and unsettling. But it was a moment of unscripted candor that sent shockwaves through the political establishment. Farage declared that one of his first acts as Prime Minister would be to withdraw the United Kingdom from the European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR. "I tell you what we're going to do when we win the next election, which I believe we can. I genuinely now do believe we can," he told a caller with quiet intensity. "We're going to come in with a whole dossier full of legislation ready to go. And I don't think that the ECHR withdrawal can be very far from the top of the list." With that single statement, Farage reignited a long-dormant constitutional debate that reaches into the heart of British identity, sovereignty, and the fundamental values the country chooses to uphold. The LBC studio was humming with anticipation. The phones lit up the moment Farage stepped into the booth. Callers ranged from curious to confrontational. But it was a question from a caller named Brian in Stoke that opened the floodgates. "What's the first thing you'd do if you got the keys to number 10? Brian asked, no trace of irony in his voice. Farage paused, letting the silence tighten. "We've got to stop being governed by people we didn't elect," he said. "We took back control from Brussels, but now we need to take back control from Strasbourg too." It was a reference to the European Court of Human Rights, ECHR, the judicial body tasked with enforcing the ECHR, a treaty Britain helped draft after World War II. But to Farage, the court and the treaty represent a supranational hindrance to British sovereignty, particularly in its attempts to control immigration and deportation policy. "Small boats keep coming. We had a Rwanda deportation flight ready to go, and a single foreign judge stopped it. Enough is enough," he declared.